Hi, everybody, and welcome to So What Happens Next. Today we have a very special episode for you guys. You guys get to listen in on our very first trial recording for an episode. I'm one of your hosts, Thomas,
I'm Amber.
And I'm Patrick.
and this is John Wick 1. So, do you guys remember when we did this episode so long ago?
Months.
Oh, yeah. So, I hope everyone will forgive the quality of that episode, because, boy, we didn't know what we were doing.
That was like our first or second episode,
That was
right?
our first
That was
recording.
the first recording on unsuitable technology, we'll call it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How
We
young
didn't
we
have
were to
these.
believe that
Yeah.
headphone mics were good enough. Ugh. Yeah, so it sounds like, but you know what? That gave me the biggest crash course in audio editing, just trying to make it sound normal. But yeah, so we did John Wick. I was the one who hadn't seen it yet. Patrick and Amber had, and man, that was a good that was a good
That was a good beginning. It
That
was
was
a
a
good
good
start
Yeah.
to this.
like I think that really that had us sit and would do it, and it was I don't know, it was fun. It kind of go, okay, yeah, this is like a feasible thing we can keep doing because it was just cool and we made jokes and laughed and maybe we had one or two drinks um while we did it. I like that movie. It very quickly after that episode became one of my favorite movies. Like Patrick, you were not wrong. One of Keanu Reeves'
Yeah, because
best.
I had
Oh,
never
yeah.
heard of it before until you told us about it.
Yeah. I'd heard about it and it was always one of those ones where I was like, I need to watch it. I want to watch it, but I just hadn't had an excuse to pay the money or whatever to go get it. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I was just kind of, all right.
Called the second coming of Keanu Reeves, basically.
Oh my God.
Started with that
Yeah,
Well, have you
I was
seen
gonna say that.
all the memes and stuff after that Cyberpunk 2077 thing?
Yeah.
Like, you're breathtaking. Yeah.
movie. And also his role in Will You Be My Maybe, I think is a Netflix
Oh,
movie
that's
he's in.
right. He's in that.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
plays Ali Wong's boyfriend.
Boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. But we really hope that you can look past the audio quality problems and maybe just hear it for the brilliance that it is. This is our very first, we'll call it episode 0. John Wick. Really enjoy it, guys. And we'll see you after you're done. All right, hi there, and welcome to What Happens Next. I am Thomas Cialdini,
And Amber.
And I'm Patrick.
and we are your hosts for the show today. So this is a podcast where we basically, two people have watched a movie, and in this particular case, I have not, and I get to play the game of what happens next in this movie. So basically, my two friends here, Patrick and Amber, are going to sit and tell me about this movie, which I have no idea what it was. They watched it, they have notes, and we're going to just make up what happens as we go. So today's movie, I'll let them reveal what it is, and we'll just start going from there. So this is also our first episode, by the way, so sorry if it's a little rough.
Keanu Reeves, one of his best.
Oh, shit. Okay, so you want to say what this movie is?
Yeah, so I got this from Wiki, but it's a 2014 American neo-noir action thriller film directed by Chad Stahelski, and it stars Keanu Reeves.
And surprise, surprise, it is the famous John Wick. I have been wanting to see this movie for so long, and I'm actually really excited for this now. because I've been wanting to have an excuse to watch this movie. Holy shit. Okay. So I kind of know there's a dog, right? Like there's something about a dog.
There's a dog in there.
There's a dog in this movie? Okay. All right. Well, I guess let's go ahead and get started. Master of the notes. Let's do it. Like, where are we starting? What's going on?
So, I have a few facts on the director. He directed one other movie, and it was The Crow. And then
That's another one of those movies I've never seen, but people are always like,
Never seen The
"No,
Crow?
I've never seen The Crow."
Yeah,
Everyone's
I've
like,
never
"Oh
seen
my
The Crow
god, The
either.
Crow!" And I just see like this kiss-looking motherfucker on the cover, and I'm like, "Is it just what is this?"
No, it's Brandon Lee,
Yeah.
one of the sons of Bruce Lee, who died on the set, and
Yes.
he is a fantastic actor, and it's kind of sad because
Yeah.
he could have had a great career.
Yeah, because they're trying to reboot, sequel that one.
It's been in the reboot for I don't know how many years. Jason Momoa was supposed to star as it also.
That
And,
Aquaman that we all have hot takes on.
And then on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a current score of 87%.
Okay, I can get. It has it on the for since everybody's listening to this and you can't see what we're saying. Down here in the bottom little corner has certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes on the box. So that's something.
Yeah, that makes you want to get
It makes me wanna. It makes me curious, but I mean, there's other certified fresh movies.
Yeah, but
that-
at least you're not like, oh, if it's rated 23%, you know it's like a shit movie.
Yeah, but see, that's the other thing about this podcast. We're gonna be doing some bad movies. You can expect some god awful pieces of trash to go through this for sure. Not just doing good movies here.
Well, you gotta.
You have to. That's the point.
So, getting into it with the first part of the movie.
Okay. All right. So, I'll admit my experience with this movie is that one Rick and Morty episode where they kind of do this, I guess. Like Rick's the pickle, and they I don't know, they call him some like Russian boogeyman or something. So I'm gonna go with, all right, the beginning of this movie is, first shot is gonna be like normal everyday life, Keanu Reeves, and he's just waking up. You know, it's like if anyone's seen Office Space, you know how he wakes up and he's like going to work. It's gonna be that, but happy, and it's gonna be him and his dog. And I'm imagining the dog is something tiny, something kind of funny, tiny, like a Chihuahua or something like that. And it's like the love of his life, and Keanu Reeves like. You know, you have like some happy song like Girls Just Want to Have Fun playing in the background, and he's like going through his day making breakfast, and he's drinking coffee, and dog's happy, and they're doing something, and then he gets to work, and you're kind of like establishing Keanu Reeves as this everyday dude who's going to become angry Keanu Reeves with a gun.
It's actually a beagle, isn't it?
It is a beagle. Yes.
So
I'd like
you
to
were
say I
wrong
was
on that
close.
part.
But it is at the puppy stage, so maybe.
Oh, so it's
That's
little.
It is
Okay.
little at that time, so.
That's when beagles are cutest.
Yes.
Because they kind of get floppy.
But the first part basically starts with his wife passing away from a terminal illness.
Fuck. I was over here with Girls Just Wanna, and you guys deadpan. Like,
Neo-noir!
Yes, I
okay.
just explained it to you,
Yeah,
Thomas.
but it's, you know, it's those Star Trek episodes that do the noir thing. Like, they start off kind of happy. Picard's having breakfast, then he goes in and he's a detective.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation, because I'm a nerd and nobody else in here watches that but me. So we're gonna just gloss over that part. So his wife dies,
Yes.
and he has a puppy. Is he marleying and meing this puppy? Like he's replacing his wife with a puppy?
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Should I?
No, you guys
wanna
go.
Should I go on?
You can
with-
if you...
You can
Yeah,
go. You
it's
got. She's got
It's
points.
to help him through the grieving process. His
Oh.
wife gets him the puppy to help him grieve.
Whoa, wait.
So she
Like,
knows
it's in
that
her
she's
will or
dying.
something? Oh, I thought you
so-
meant like she's dead and either a ghost scenario is happening
Oh.
here, or you have like in her will she's like get Keanu Reeves a dog.
It might be in her will, but yeah. That's
Okay.
essentially it.
Okay. So she gets him a dog to grieve.
To help him grieve.
So the first scene of this movie is a funeral?
It's basically her. They're on the boardwalk
Uh-huh.
of wherever city they're at, and they're on a date, and she collapses. And
Oh shit.
then she basically becomes a vegetable, and they have to take her off of life support.
Oh fuck.
And
Okay.
so the plot like gets really heavy.
This neo noir. They're going noir heavy on that. Damn, like they're just
Yes.
opening on my wife's dead.
Makes you feel bad for him.
Oh, dude, I do feel bad for him. Like,
And isn't
Yeah.
it reminiscent of his like own personal life?
I don't know. Did Keanu Reeves actually? Did this happen to Keanu Reeves?
I have no clue.
He went and killed a bunch of gangsters, or
No,
killed
no.
his
I
dog?
thought he had a girlfriend or someone who died, but
Oh, I don't know. I think you're thinking of like Princess Diana or something.
That's a
or maybe
well,
I'm
an
thinking
Different.
spectrum
I'm
there.
thinking of like Jim Carrey, possibly.
Oh, I don't know. Jim Carrey, if you listen to this podcast and you happen to know the answer to that question, go ahead and let us know. Like,
Yeah.
feel free to shoot us an email or something whenever we get that set up. All right. So, okay, so he gets his dog, and he's what? What happens then?
So he's having a great time with the dog.
Wait a fucking minute. So he's like, my wife's died, I have this dog, and everything's okay?
Yes, he's like, oh, you need to go outside. So he learns that, he needs to take the dog outside. In his car, he's got like a bunch of dog toys and like dog food.
Okay, so he's really loving this dog.
Yes,
Okay.
he is really putting his heart into this dog. And then in the next scene, he goes to a gas station
Yeah.
with his 1969 Ford Mustang Mach. Or is it Mach?
Mock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about cars.
Beautiful.
But it's a really nice...
I'm sure it just sounds beautiful hearing
Yeah.
that. Like,
That's one of the things that like occurs throughout the movie is just like all these really nice ass cars
you gotta
that
do
he's just
it.
driving around in. But that's his own like personal car.
Right.
And he stops at this gas station, and there's like a bunch of Russian gang members, and they're like, "Oh, can I purchase that car? How much is it worth?" And he's like, "Oh, the car is not for sale."
Right.
And the guy gets pissed off.
And so this is the one thing I know about this movie. So to me, the plot of this movie is they kill his dog, right? They kill his dog over this car. Is that what's going on?
Basically,
Oh, shit.
right?
Yeah, basically. And steal his car.
How far into this movie are we? Like,
This is maybe 15, 20 minutes?
this
Yeah,
is
it's
20
pretty
minutes?
fast.
Wait,
Yes.
so his wife dies, what is that, 2 minutes? Like, collapse, minute 1,
I'd
funeral,
say 3
minute
to
2?
5, a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then you have the bonding with the dog. He's happy with the
5
dog.
to 10, then.
Then the next 5 minutes is like, let's kill this fucking dog.
Yeah, and the gang leader is actually Theon Greyjoy from
Oh.
Game of Thrones.
Oh my
Alfie
god.
Allen.
He's Russian?
Yes.
Is he faking it?
Is
Is that what he
pretty
really
convincing
looks
accent.
like? Okay.
It's not
It
bad
is.
accent.
Because we started watching that Game of Thrones show again before the 8th season, so you can tell when this was recorded. And that guy's a fucking weasel in the beginning of that show.
He is in this one too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How long is this movie?
It's not that long.
Where's the... Oh, this movie's 101 minutes long.
Yeah.
That's not long. That's like... It's not even like...
Yeah, which makes sense because they go through the plot
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're already like dogs dead by minute 15, it's like, what are you doing? Okay, so they kill the dog. I'm gonna assume we gotta have like a spiraling out scene, right? Like John Wick is like, now he's in some dive bar. I'm gonna try to make this less happy because apparently this movie is fucking miserable. So he's in a dive bar and he's just slamming. You know what? He's in a Russian dive bar. All right, this is what I think's gonna happen. He's in a Russian dive bar on the bad side of wherever town he's in, and he's just slamming vodka shots. And then the bartender's like, "Oh, do you look so sad?" And then he's just like, "They fucking killed my dog. Oh, yeah, no, dude." And then he's like, "Well, I know how to get back at these people." And he's like, "What?" And then he trains them. And we get a montage of training Keanu Reeves how to kill people. That's what I think happens next. I don't know. You guys tell me.
Well, in the next scene, after they basically beat the shit out of him,
They
and they take,
okay. I thought you meant they beat the shit out of the dog. I thought they would just like
well,
shot
they
the
do.
dog.
They kill the dog.
But do they?
But
I don't.
they beat the shit out of John Wick.
Okay.
And then they take his car, and he's basically just laying there. And it cuts to the gang taking the car to this chop shop.
Yep, chop shop.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Run by John Leguizamo.
Oh. John Leguizamo.
And they're trying to have the guy change the VIN number, but the guy realizes that it's John Wick's car, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of my shop!" And he punches.
Wait, have we established
Greyjoy.
who John Wick is yet in this movie, or is he just a dude? As far
Well,
as
at
you
this
know?
moment, this is when they kind of explain.
Okay,
who
because
John
I'm
Wick
just
is.
like, in my mind, I'd be like, who the hell cares? Like,
Yeah, like he's just like, you stole that car from John Wick, and Greyjoy's like, who?
I feel like I feel like that happens in Game of Thrones. It's like, you stole, spoilers for Game of Thrones, you stole Winterfell. Well, who rules Winterfell? It's like, the Starks, the who? Like, I feel like that's the same, this character's the same character. He's just Russian. Okay, so he tells him to get out of the chop shop?
Yes.
What do they do with the car?
They take the car.
Yeah.
And
So
they're
just-
like, we'll take our business elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to the dive bar where Keanu Reeves is drinking his sauce.
There is no dive bar.
There's no diagram.
You guys are like, this neo-noir movie, there's gotta be a dive bar somewhere
there is
in
a
this
bar
movie.
later, but-
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
As long as we get that, because there's gotta be something.
And then
Okay.
does he phone John Wick's?
No, what happens next is that Wick buries the dog, of course.
Oh,
And,
wow, okay. Wait, is that emotional?
I would say emotional.
Okay.
It was.
a
Like,
little bit.
Keanu Reeves does some pretty, like, heavy crying. Like,
Damn.
Yeah, he does a
We're
good
getting
job.
emotion. Wow.
And then I can't remember if he takes his other car or takes another car and goes to the chop shop.
Wait, how do you know? Who told him about? How does he know this chop shop shit? How does
because
he know
he's
where-
friends with the owner.
Yeah, he's John Wick. It gets explained.
I hope so. 'Cause it's like 15 minutes in this movie, all this shit goes down, and I still don't know who the fuck Keanu Reeves is.
It's just implied that everyone knows John Wick.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's an important.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I get behind that. All right. So everybody knows John Wick. He's like the popular kid at school. Okay.
And then John visits the shop. Actually, you need to go back.
Oh shoot. Okay.
The father of the son who stole the car, the father of Greyjoy, he
Yeah.
calls the owner of the chop shop and he's like, "Why did you punch my son?" And he was like, "Well, your son stole the car of John Wick and also killed his dog." And the guy hangs up and is like, "Aw, shit."
That's exactly what they do in Game of Thrones. They steal his house and they kill his dog. Or something. Don't they kill his dog? I don't know if they kill the dog. But okay, so Grand Greyjoy is like, oh shit, like, bruh, this fucking moron, like, you killed John Wick's dog and you took his car, like, what's wrong with you? And I'm picturing like a solid, closed-fingered, like, bitch slap in little Theon's face from Grandpa over here. Like, that's what that I'm
Yeah,
picturing.
you're not wrong.
I'm picturing he's just like again, Game of Thrones over here, but like that scene where Tyrion's like smacks Joffrey and Joffrey's like, "I'm telling my mother," and he's like does it again and he's like, "Oh, tell him, motherfucker, I'll do it again." I'm picturing like that same thing, like he smacks Theon and he's like, "You can't smack me, I have a gang," and he's just like smacks him again. He's like, "This is what you get for fucking with John Wick's car and his dog and whatever."
Basically takes a shot of vodka with his father, and his father hits him so hard he spits up the vodka.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad I nailed the like, of all the things I've said in this movie, I got that they killed a dog, but I kind of knew that one because I've heard that. And that at least vodka appears in this movie. Like, it's got to. I mean, that might be a little...
Was that his lawyer that was with him at the bar?
What?
Think of it as his consigliere.
Okay.
So advisor.
Yeah.
So he had an advisor. and
His
the
lawyer.
advisor was
His
like-
lawyer.
It's the chaos guy. The guy who does the chaos commercials.
Oh, wait.
For
What the
insurance.
hell? He's in a movie?
Yeah.
What is it, like Allstate or State Farm? One of those.
It's all state.
Oh,
and
this.
he's,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He should have been who Theon Greyjoy is. That'd be believable. If he's just
No,
like
because
grumbling like how much you want for
he's
that
too
car.
old.
He's too old.
Yeah.
Well, then he should be the dad. I don't know.
But I thought it was funny that he was just like, "Can I leave now? Can I leave now?"
Well, he's supposed to stay. He's chaos. He's gotta.
Yeah, but he
That's who
doesn't
should have
wanna
been the
see-
dad. Should have been the chaos guy. Is the lawyer
He's
advisor.
not old enough.
He's
No,
not-
no, no,
But he's not a
no,
good. He
no,
doesn't.
no,
Can't do
no,
Russian
no,
accents
no.
probably.
So it should have been. He should still be who he is, and the dad should have been Jeff Goldblum. And you could be like, trivia fact: chaos guy, Jeff Goldblum's character from
That
Jurassic
changes
Park.
the whole tone of the movie.
Hey.
Information. Thomas would like Jeff Goldblum to play every role in just
Oh.
about every movie.
Oh, if tell me a movie. All right, when we get this Twitter account set up, tweet it. What movie would Jeff Goldblum not make better? Tell me, and we're gonna get 0 tweets. No one's gonna say anything because I can't think of a single movie.
Or we
Indiana
just get 0
Jones.
tweets
If Jeff
because no one
Goldblum was in Indiana Jones, Jeff Goldblum is short round.
So you're totally.
All right, wait. Let's not get too far off topic here, 'cause that's a dangerous road there.
Next episode on this podcast, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Oh man. Okay, so the advisor is like, I gotta get out of here. Like, let me out. He smacks Theon, and then where are we cutting back to John Wick? Because he's got to be doing something.
This is when Vigo is the father.
Okay.
He tells his son who John Wick is.
Okay, can you?
He's like, we call him Baba Yaga because he's the boogeyman.
shit. Oh,
And-
this is like Ant-Man when he's like one of the Russian characters screaming Baba Yaga.
Yes, yeah.
That's what this is
Yes.
from? Because when I saw it, it's like, oh, it's so funny. It's like, Baba Yaga. And then, like, other people are like, oh my God, that scene is amazing. And no one would say why.
I think it's also a children's tale. in
It's
Russian
gotta
anyway,
be.
So, but yeah, so he's the boogeyman,
Hardcore Russian.
and he
Children's
tells him the
tales.
story of how John Wick got out of his contract or
Yes.
Oh,
out of
shit.
the underworld, I guess you can call it.
So he's a gangster. Or a former gangster. John Wick is.
More like a former assassin. Like
Assassin.
former
Oh, that's
hitman.
even
Yeah.
fucking worse. Holy shit. Okay. So he's a hitman who got out.
Yes.
Okay.
So
With
he
an
basically
impossible
killed
task.
like a lot of people.
Well,
And used to
if
work
there's
with
the
this Russian mobster.
well, if there's anything else I know about this movie is that he kills a lot of people over the next couple. There's what going to be 3
Yeah,
of
he
these.
kills even more people.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think they actually have been tallying it now, online.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's
Oh.
probably the same way they do with Rambo or
Oh yeah, yeah.
what's the other ones that they do that with? There's a few other movies.
Well,
that they
any
do
Arnold
that.
Schwarzenegger
Any Arnold
movie.
Schwarzenegger,
Predator, any
Yeah,
of
that's a
those.
good point. Yeah.
Jingle All the Way.
So now we go to the part where Vigo, the father, contacts John Wick.
Who plays the father?
Oh, that's.
Is he just some nobody? Is
Can
he
I just
some
see that?
I looked
nobody?
him
I
up
could pick his
and
name out. Michael Nyquist.
Nick Vist. Okay. Gonna bring up that good old IMDb for any of
He's been in a
that.
lot of stuff.
Get that cast. John Wick. Oh, he's second build in this movie. Yeah, I don't know him. God, that picture of Alfie Allen is just.
at first I thought he was the
Oof.
Russian guy from Snatch. Because he looks so similar.
Oh man, you remember that. Look at these pictures.
Right.
If anybody listening, look up the first John Wick movie on IMDb and just take a look at these pictures. Keanu Reeves' picture is just majestic as hell, and then it just gets worse down the line. Till you get to, I guess, Willem Dafoe's in this movie.
Yes, he is.
And it's just like, it gets better there, but just these pictures, like, oh man. Alfie Allen looks like Doug Jones, but if you cloned him wrong. Okay. So, shit, what'd you say happened next?
So
we
he
good.
contacts John Wick, and he's like, please don't kill my son. And John Wick is like, fuck you.
Damn.
Your son killed my dog, and
Yeah.
he stole my car. He deserves to die.
Yeah, I get behind that. Like,
He
if
just
he's...
says, just give me your son.
Oh, so he's like, give me your son. It's reverse Taken. Holy shit. It's just backwards Taken. Like, he's like, instead of taking his son, he's like, maybe it's not.
Just-
Okay, so he calls John Wick and he's like, dude, please don't take my son. And he's like, bitch, I'm coming. You know, like, that's what he's like. He's like, I'm coming for you. A very particular set of skills.
Yeah, and there's even a scene where he's like in his basement and he takes a sledgehammer to the floor because I guess underneath the floor he has like a bunch of guns and shit.
So, okay, so he's like, oh, that's like that god-awful, not Transformers. That's pretty awful too. But the Terminator 3, when they're like, oh, we gotta go to Sarah Connor's grave. Spoilers for Terminator 3 if you haven't watched it in the last like 20 years it's been out.
Well, I guess in a way, but I think it's just more dramatic in John Wick because
Yeah, well, he's bashing the
You don't
floor.
really still know that much about him, and you didn't think he still had that in his house because he gave that life up.
Right.
You find out he does, and also, in particular with the John Wick movies, he has these particular gold coins that he
Oh.
saved also that serve a purpose throughout the film.
Okay. Does he kill somebody with the coins?
No, he's not that good.
And they did it in that X-Men movie. He kills him with the coin at the end.
That's
kills,
right, it goes
kills
through
Kevin
his
Bacon.
forehead.
Yeah. But all right. So he's bashing the floor to get his guns, right?
Yes.
Is this a montage? Is there a sound music to this?
There
Is
is
he
music.
just is it like a soundtrack music or is it like a song? Like is it like breaking the law, playing in the background as he's like bashing the ground?
I want to say it's just music, but I
Okay.
don't really remember particularly.
I think it's
Okay.
just music
Yeah.
because when they're in the club, like there's club music.
Okay.
And that's actual.
All right. Well, I'm just thinking, and you know, for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, this really isn't much of a spoiler. But if that's one thing that Captain Marvel movie did a lot of was like, we're gonna play like if you heard the music from the '90s, you're gonna hear it,
Yeah.
even when she's in some little weird world and she's listening to Nirvana, and I'm like, wait. What? And it's only like 5 minutes of each, like not 5 minutes, but like 5 seconds of each song. It's just like the hook, and then it's over, and then the hook, and then it's over. Like just pick one, just do it like 2-3 times. You don't need to do it all the time, but okay. So he gets his guns out. I'm gonna go with he's gonna go. This has got to be where he goes to like a bar or some kind of seedy place to get the info on how to find this kid. I mean,
Not quite. So Vigo sends over a bunch of guys to take him out.
oh
And this
shit!
is the
So
first
he's like,
shooting
no.
scene.
Oh, finally. What minute is this at? Where are we at in the movie?
Man, you're getting really particular.
Oh no, like to the second.
I
Like,
want to say maybe like 30 to 40 minutes.
30 to
Oh,
40
yeah,
minutes.
that's a
That's what I
while.
was going to say.
okay, all
I think,
right.
but it set the way his demeanor, the main guy, the main boss's name, his
Yeah.
demeanor about the whole thing kind of sets it up.
Okay.
You know, you're like, we're waiting for that action scene, and he sets it up perfectly with his
He
actions
actually
between
sings
the
a
Chaos God.
song.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is he singing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun"?
It's a song about Baba Yaga.
Oh shit!
Like this
okay.
old Russian
Yeah.
children's song.
You know what they should have had in this movie? If they don't, I don't know the end. But they should have had at the Russian hideout bar, whatever. They need to have that token, like, old Russian lady to, like, tell the tale of the Baba Yaga in this creepy way.
Sort of like from
To-
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like exactly. But it's like no, you have him like yelling at the like we called him Baba Yaga,
Or
and
he
then
says to Theon, "You sweet summer child."
oh no, the old
Telling you
lady,
the
the
tale
old
of
lady
John
has to
Wick.
say that is they're sitting there and Vigo is like you idiot, like you is the Baba Yaga. And then the car or the insurance commercial guy's like, "What the hell's a Baba Yaga?" And they kind of all the music, everyone gets really quiet in the bar because and then like this old lady just kind of like turns from a bar stool and is like, "Baba Yaga." And then she tells this legend, this like a Harry Potter when they do the little story of the three brothers in those last ones. You get kind of that sequence of the Baba Yaga, and then it comes back, and then the Chaos Dude's just like, I gotta get the fuck out of it. Why am I even here? Like, what the hell? And then that's when she looks at Dion and is like, "You sweet summer child." And then hard cut to Keanu Reeves beating the shit out of the floor for his guys. Okay, so these goons come and he's gotta fuck them all up. Like this gotta be like a cool action scene where he's killing them all.
It's at night at his house, so it's really well filmed.
Sweet. One of them. Wait, so then does he go? Like, I gotta get some info on these.
And then
these
he
fucking
calls
dudes?
someone to clean them up, and it's like this old guy in like a leather jacket and a top hat, and yeah.
Top hat.
Well, not top hat. It's like a
Like a
one that
fedora.
the Peaky Blinder guys wear.
Like a bowler.
It's not a
Not a
bowler. It's
bowler.
Like fedora hat?
No, it's not fedora.
I don't know how many hats there are. Holy shit. Like a sombrero?
I gotta look this up. Quick Google.
But basically, while he's looking that up,
Yeah.
he calls these guys to come and clean it up. And it's like these two big guys, and obviously you need big guys to like get all the bodies. So they wrap all the bodies, they clean up all the blood, and
Okay.
his house looks pretty much brand new.
Dude, if I was John Wick in this universe where it's just killing people, that sounds like a great way to get your house clean. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
Like, it sounds like, this guy comes to kill me, I'll kill him back, and boom, get my house cleaned at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, quick update on the hat. It's called the flat cap. Specifically, it is a newsboy hat or a Shelby hat.
Oh, you mean one of those little, they're
Yeah.
like, they look like they're folded? You got a
Yeah.
picture? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's not a top. Why do you get top hat?
I know.
It's like the flattest hat in the universe. Okay, it's like a beanie of flat hat. Okay.
And did you go over that he pays with the coins?
I
He
did not. I was just
pays.
getting to that, but he does
Ooh.
pay with a gold coin.
Yeah.
Wait, pays who? Pays the people.
The cleanup
The
people.
Oh.
And 1 coin per kill
Oh.
per body, I guess you could say.
How many coins does he have? Does he have like a bag? Like a leprechaun cauldron of coins?
They're actually like in a chest, right?
Oh, shit.
Or maybe like a briefcase type. And he has a big
Yeah.
one.
This movie's gonna cross over with Pirates of the Caribbean, like cursed gold coins.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was weird because I didn't think that gold had that much value to it.
Yeah.
Talk about
A gold coin? So if someone gives you a gold coin,
if it's
how
like
much
a
is that?
solid gold. Oh, I don't know. I mean, like it's.
And where can you use that? You literally have to take it to like one of those like
Oh, the
CD.
cash now.
Yeah.
You're just pawning all this gold. What if these cleaning people, they're just like, oh, this is that guy that pays us in gold. Fuck. Well, he's like our only customer. Like, it's kind of that extra step. Like, they're explaining to the new cleaning guy. They're like, yeah, we got a job. He's like, oh, finally, I don't feel like it works. Like, yeah, but it's John Wick's house. And they're like, everyone there was like, oh, shit. And they're like, well, what's wrong with John Wick? And he's like, well, all right, see, this guy, like, one time he needed his house cleaned. He didn't have any cash, but he had this gold coin. So we were like, cool. And there's just maybe a language barrier or something. And he just only pays us in these fucking coins. And we have to go to pawn shops and get rid of them. It just starts looking real sketchy. I feel like I'd be really mad. You know, like, I don't want to be paid in gold. You're right. Like, I gotta go to cash for now.
yeah,
Flipping
cash is
commercials.
king.
I feel like that'd be a good SNL skit.
Oh, the cleaning crew.
The cleaning crew all meeting, yeah.
Oh, it's like a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead version of this movie.
Yes.
It's the cleaning crew. It's the movie John Wick from the perspective of this crew that keeps cleaning up all the bodies he's killing. That's the movie we need. Screw this John Wick 3. Let's make this other movie.
About
Cool.
the subplots.
Oh yeah. Let's see it. Let's do it. and put us in that movie. John Wick directors, you know, you got people in there. I don't know who half the people in that cast are. Just throw us in there. We'll be the cleaning crew. Okay, so from there, he gets the cleaning crew. They clean up, and then what does he do? See, since he's not going to this bar, I keep thinking he's gonna go to. What's he doing? What happens next?
He goes to the Continental Hotel, which is a hotel that caters to criminals, basically,
Oh shit!
or hitmen.
Does this movie take place in Gotham City by any chance? Because it sounds like it's like, oh yeah, Batman's gonna show up anytime.
It's New York City.
Oh, okay. Alright. So he goes to this hotel just to find him? Like he's just like, that's where they're gonna be? Is he looking for a hookup? Like someone to tell him where, like, Theon Greyjoy is?
He does. And so he gets a room, and they basically lay out the rules.
Does he pay in gold coins at the
Yes.
hotel?
Yes, he does.
What the hell?
And who is the black guy that's at the front desk? He is a...
Oh, hold up,
He was in Fringe. The black guy
Oh,
from Fringe.
that's I don't remember that. Lance Reddick.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ball. He has that.
Yes.
That's that dude with that crazy deep voice, right? Like he's just.
Yes.
Hello, John Wick. Mm.
And he basically tells John that he's not allowed to kill anyone on the premises, and that breaks the rules.
That's a fair rule. Like if any hotel was like, guideline, don't kill people if you can help it. Like I'd be like, I'm not staying here. Give me my gold coins back. I'm going to.
Yeah,
leave.
imagine just being like someone that is not even part of the criminal world, and you're just like, this is a really nice hotel. Like, I'm gonna have my honeymoon
Like a
here.
tourist or something?
Yes.
They're like, wow, this hotel is like, look, you can see the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building. I don't know if you're from New York,
Yeah.
Patrick. I don't know if you could see those two things from anywhere in the same spot. But like, you know, if someone was like, oh, over there's that. This is a great hotel. Let's stay here. And you have all these angry men in suits downstairs speaking Eastern European languages, apparently. And it's just like, oh, I guess this really caters to tourists. And they're like, okay, don't kill anybody in this hotel. And the tourists are like, huh, look at that local humor. Huh. And they're just staying there. I'd be terrified. I'd be freaking out. They gotta have some kind of protocol for that.
Well, I'm sure they do. That's why you pay in gold coins.
Oh, so they're like, your money. Here's my credit card. Like, we don't take credit cards, and they're just baffled. They're like, oh, it must be because I'm from another country or something. Those weird New Yorkers and their cash-only establishments or some shit like that. Wait, so where does are the gold coins special? Do they
I
get
think
the
they
coins?
have a special design or something on them.
Oh, okay.
Not like Pirates of the Caribbean
No.
special design, but
This is making me think that like the criminal underworld of the John Wick verse is like Chuck E. Cheese, and like the coins are just the tokens. They're just like, yeah, we have these gold coins, and you know, you pay real money for them, but they're not really worth anything anywhere else, and you know, you use them on cool things, you get prizes.
I can just imagine they're like every time he gives them like a gold coin, but they're too like, they don't want to say anything to him.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, yeah, okay,
They're like,
thanks.
he's doing it again, like.
Oh yeah, it's only John Wick who uses the coins. Everybody
because
else
his wife
doesn't.
died, they killed his dog.
Oh,
it's
it's like
like
this is that crazy guy with the
because
fucking
everybody
coins.
knows. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Well,
like,
yeah.
I'm really sorry about your wife, and
And he's just like, shut up. And then he's like, wild stallions.
Yes, and they are remaking that, by the way, or having
Oh,
a
I'm
third
excited
one.
for
Yeah.
that third Bill and Ted movie
Yeah.
is coming out. It's supposed to be, thank God it's set however many years later. It was the last one like 91, so it's set like 30 years later.
Yeah, it's a while.
Alright, so anyway, back to John Wick.
so he meets with the owner of the hotel. His name is Winston, but it's Ian McShane. Played by
Oh,
Ian McShane.
oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
And that's where he gets like his intel on Greyjoy.
Okay, so is Ian? Okay, so now I'm curious. Is Ian McShane angry in this movie? Like, 'cause he seems angry in like everything he plays.
Really?
Kinda. I mean, in American Gods, he seems like a grumpy old man. Like, I want it my way, so I'm gonna be doing it my way.
Well, he's playing Odin, so.
Yeah, I feel like that's an angry role.
No, I don't think he's angry in this role.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, just to let you know the rules.
Yep.
And he's
Don't
like, why
kill
don't you just relax? And John Wick's like, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Someone killed my dog, and stole my car to boot. I'd be really fucking pissed off. I'd be like, if I have that special set of skills and they're just a bunch of criminals, I mean, maybe get your house cleaned for free, or for these gold coins. Oh, they're bitcoins. That's it. They're bitcoins. It's the same thing.
And they don't realize it. They're like, what is this?
No, see, Keanu Reeves didn't understand what a Bitcoin was, and he thought it was like a real coin, so he went and somebody scammed him and gave him a bunch, and he's like, oh, pay in Bitcoins, and he just gives him these gold coins, and people are like, these are chocolate. But everyone deals because this is Wednesday. Okay.
Yes. And then, so basically the owner tells him that the kid is at a club.
Okay.
And so he goes to the club, tries to kill the kid, but there's a bunch of security guards, of course.
So like club security, God, it's like the
Yeah.
fucking airport. Just can't bring in water.
And he
Can't...
kills a bunch of guys again.
Thank God. Do we get a cool strobe light killing scene in the club? Because that's what I'm imagining. I'm imagining like he gets in there and then he pulls
There's
out a gun.
not like a cool strobe light, but he does go through the mob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we get like club music playing? I'm picturing like
There
he's
is club
killing
music.
people.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
like Darude Sandstorm, and he's like shooting people.
There was a really bulky leprechaun-looking guy, or leprechaun.
Yeah, he's been in a few movies as the guy that doesn't say anything, but is just there as like a military mite. He was in the last Jurassic World.
The
Oh.
Fallen Kingdom one.
No, the first one where they called the military in.
Is he the guy who shoots the pterodactyl?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I can't picture a face, but that's the
Yeah.
only one of those guys I remember.
He was in it.
Yeah.
And he was in these like Speedos, and
Oh.
John Wick was trying to beat the
What
shit
kind
out
of
Oh, that was a
What
different part that I'm
clothes
thinking
is-
about.
Oh.
That was a little early.
As he walks to the club, they're like, Sonny said, no clothes. And he's like, what? And you're like, everybody's in fucking Speedos. Okay, so that's not the club scene. He's not in the Speedo.
No, it's. I think
Okay.
it's in one. It's like a Russian bathhouse in the basement, and then above that is like the
Yeah.
club. Yeah.
It's like a spawn club.
See, when you say club and then you say Speedo, I'm picturing whistles.
Yeah.
Just that was about to get really weird. I was like, whoa, this movie, huh? Only an 82 on Rotten Tomatoes?
So the kid gets away,
Okay.
and he gets injured. He gets like shot, right?
Shot or stabbed. One.
Shot or stabbed.
Okay.
And so he goes back to the hotel. They have a doctor on staff.
Wait, air quotes around doctor, everybody. What do you mean, like a vet?
No, like a physician, but he's like obviously not.
Oh, he's a sketch.
Yeah.
He's like selling organs
Yeah.
in the back alley.
He just hands him like a pack of pills or whatever. He's just like, take this.
Stitches him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take this, however many you want, just take them.
Pays in gold coins.
God,
Yeah.
this has got to be like a Bitcoin thing, right? Like untraceable currency or something. I don't know. It just sounds weird. I kind of want one of his coins now, though. They're making me want the coins from John Wick. I don't want to use them for money. I just want to have one. I think it'd be kind of cool. New Chuck E. Cheese tokens for the John Wick-averse. One side is a picture of his dog. The other side is Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese. Like,
Oh.
that'd be great. Okay, so he's gonna go. He goes to his hotel. Ian McShane is all like, "Be a good guy. Don't kill people." And then he goes to the doctor. Wait, who goes to the doctor? John Wick goes to the doctor.
John Wick
goes to the
So
doctor.
He
is
calls the doctor to his room.
Oh, so we're back at the hotel.
We're
not
back at the hotel after the club scene.
sauna
Yeah.
thing. Okay, so John Wick gets fucked up at the club. Is that what you're saying? Like he gets messed up in the
Yeah,
fight.
he either
Okay,
gets stabbed or shot at.
Okay.
I can't quite remember.
So he calls the doc. This hotel sounds amazing. Why can't all hotels be? It's like, oh man, I'm not feeling well. Don't worry, sir. We'll get you a doctor on the way. Just have a couple gold coins ready to go. He'll take care of you. Okay, so he gets taken care of by the doctor. And what does he just get right back to it? I mean, this
Well,
movie is not that long. I feel like
He's
they're just.
resting, and then this girl comes in and tries to kill him.
Oh.
Her name is Miss Perkins.
Miss Perkins?
Yeah.
Sounds like a lunch lady. Like.
Reminds me of Perkins loan. Like.
Just like student loans, it's gonna kill you. Like the only way to get rid of her is to die.
But he did meet her at the bar. He met like a lot of women at the bar.
Wait, at the club?
Well, he sees her on check-in.
Okay.
She says, "Hello, John."
Oh.
And I think he says Perkins or something like that.
Yeah.
And then tips their glass to each other at the bar of the hotel.
Oh, okay. So not the club when he's killing her.
Right.
No.
Okay. All right. So Perkins tries to kill him. Man, I hope this movie just becomes like every character you see just at some point or another is trying to kill John Wick. Like that's what I hope it becomes. I feel like
Spoiler alert,
everyone
that's what number
knows
3
that.
becomes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait, is 3 out yet? 3 came
No,
out. Oh,
April.
okay.
April, I think.
Oh man, April sounds like it's gonna be a crazy month for movies. You got Shazam, Endgame, John Wick 3. Ooh.
Hellboy.
Oh yeah, is Hellboy coming out in April?
I thought it
Is
was.
that
I
April?
think it's April,
Oh
yeah.
damn, they really like fast tracked that. I feel like I heard about that yesterday. Huh. Okay. I still like the old Hellboys though. Future episode right there. Find somebody who hasn't seen Hellboy 1.
Have you seen Hellboy?
Yeah, I've seen both of them.
Damn.
Make Alexandra watch.
Ooh.
Are you sure you want that on your podcast? So stupid.
Oh no! Future
Oh,
episode. Good friend of ours. Her and I were in grad school together, studied Egyptology. Coming up, we're gonna see if she's seen Gods of Egypt, and we're gonna make her sit through that garbage
She's-
mess.
I don't think she watched that with me.
Then we're gonna. That's a future episode right there. I haven't seen it either,
That'd be
but
a
I'm.
good conversation because
be
she's gonna be
good.
able to point
Oh,
out
she'll
all
be
the
so
things wrong
mad.
with
She'll
it.
be so mad. So just get ready for that. But anyway, so John Wick he kills Perkins, right? Or does Perkins get away?
No, he just knocks her out.
Subdues her, yeah.
But he makes her tell him where the father,
Vigo is?
where he keeps his stash,
Wait, stash of what?
like money.
And everything. Stash of everything. Blackmail on councilman.
Oh,
everything.
shit. Okay. Wait, why? I thought he just wanted to kill Theon. Or did he do that?
Well, he doesn't know where Theon is at.
Yeah, so he's trying to draw
Oh,
him out.
so he's just like, I'm gonna fuck with this shit.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so he has Harry, the black guy. Harry's some guy that comes out in the hallway while they're fighting. And he's like, "You need help, John?" And John's like, "Yeah, if you could just watch over her for me."
Man, I feel like the
And
cops
he gives him a gold coin.
should just watch this hotel. Oh, God. I feel like the cops should watch this hotel. It sounds like everybody's ready to go. Like, hey, John, I heard you committing some murder over there. You need any help? You got one of them coins? Oh, thanks.
But unfortunately, Harry is killed
Oh.
because she gets out.
Oh.
Kills him on hotel ground.
Yeah. So she broke a rule.
She broke
Oh.
a rule.
Yeah.
Shit. So everybody in the hotel kills Perkins?
Well, that comes back to bite her, but we'll get
Okay.
there.
It's gotta. You don't establish that rule in a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, we gotta be cutting back to the Russians flipping shit or something, right? Like,
Yeah, so John goes to where they have their stash of cash and blackmail, and it ends up being this little Russia church. And so there's these like old ladies in the church, and then
Oh, and they're
a couple
telling
of
each other they're
monsters.
swapping the Baba
Well, I
Yaga
think
stories.
actually 2 of them were actually there for like to pray, and then the others were just to cover. Like there was a priest.
Yeah, the priest
Yeah.
was a cover, and then
Yeah,
there
the
were a
priest
few
was a cover.
guys there, just to protect the
Well-
information.
Whoa. So the church is fake, and these 2 little ladies don't even know?
Yeah, they don't know it's a.
They're
fake
just
church.
there?
They're just there
Yeah.
to pray, yeah.
That's gotta be the most awkward thing, like, for that fake priest
Yeah,
guy.
especially when he waltz in and just shoots everybody except for them.
Well, yeah, they're your only 2 paying customers, or however that works. I don't know. I feel kind of, I mean, like, you're dressed as a priest, but you're a murderer. I feel like have a little reservation against killing the only two people who actually came into the church to use it as a church.
Yeah.
All right.
The irony.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm sure there's there's somebody somewhere who wrote some paper on the dramatic irony of John Wick 1, and it's like 101-minute shootout movie, but God forbid if we're not going to find some shred of meaning out of that church scene.
And so he goes downstairs, and that's where they have their stash, and he just lights it on fire, basically.
Oh, like
Those little
gold coin.
no. I think it's I'm saying this wrong. It's not a phosphorus grenade, but it's that type of thing.
Oh,
Incendiary.
Yeah,
Incendiary.
yeah.
That's what he throws on top.
Okay.
That way everything's destroyed.
Yeah, everything just poof.
Yeah.
Okay. Man,
And
it'd be
then
great if you
Vigo
could
hears
throw
about it, or do they contact Vigo?
I think the priest survived. John doesn't kill the priest. He injures him. Priest calls Vigo, and then Vigo comes and, of course, is very angry.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
But
try
John
to-
Wick's out of the church by now, right? He's like dipping out.
Well, he chases after Vigo in his car,
Oh,
causes the car to like, not flip over, but like crash.
spin out.
So crash, yeah, spin out, and he is about to kill Vigo, and Vigo's like, wait, I'll give you my son.
Wow. Father of the year.
And then he was just like, you need to take the contract off my head too, because he had a contract on his head of like $2 million.
That's where he goes, I'm going to call my contract expert, and then hard cut to the Pawn Stars place, and he's like, can't do it.
And so after that, John Wick learns where the son is at.
Right.
He's at this like safe house.
Warehouse docks place. Something
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, you got to have the docks in this neo-noir movie. It's like all those movies. I'm amazed this movie's not set in Chicago. That would have been the perfect setting for this.
Mm-hmm.
The dogs. He's hiding out at the dogs. Okay, I'll go get him. Keanu
This is
Reeves.
before or after they capture him?
This is after. Do you want to
Okay.
revert back to when they capture him? Do you want to talk about that? Or
Yeah,
leave
we
that?
need to
So
talk
they
about
captured
that.
him?
Alright, so-
Shit.
So Keanu Reeves sees Vigo arrive and talk with the priest.
Yeah.
Vigo shoots the priest, of course, for
Yeah.
giving away the information. Wick goes down to try to kill everyone and find out the information.
Yeah.
One of Vigo's guys hits him with a car, knocks him out.
It takes a car to take down this fucking guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they cut to a scene where Vigo and John are talking with John, tied up on a chair. And
Classic.
his best line is, people have been asking, am I back? And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. And it's like screams it
Ooh.
at Vigo type of thing.
Keanu Reeves screams.
Yeah.
Does he scream in any other movies?
No, I
think
mean,
he
this
maybe
is the one
screams
movie
in
where
the-
he shows a lot of like
Oh,
emotion.
Yeah.
Like he's
Oh,
actually.
evidently you haven't seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's some emotion in there. When he's like, I don't want to go to military school, bro.
Yeah, but he screams at Vigo, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean,
he
Vigo
screams
does
it.
say he's like, it's just a dog. And like anybody that has a
Oh.
dog is just like, no.
That whole theater was like, fuck you, Vigo. You hear some howling in the back of the... Oh, man. Okay, so, but then what does he do, like rip
So
out of
Vigo
him?
walks away, and then the other goons, they put a plastic bag over his head. They try to like,
Oh,
kill him.
I think I know what happens next.
And
they
then-
get the bag over his head, and he takes the gold coin, and he cuts through the rope with the coin.
No,
and then-
his hands are tied.
Yeah, but he pulls like an Indiana Jones, and they have like the lighter, and they're lighting the ropes. He like reaches in his back pocket and pulls out a coin,
Babe,
and
when
he
you've got a
scratches it up.
plastic bag over your head,
His hands are not plastic
Yeah.
bags. They didn't put a plastic bag over his hands. He's cutting through them ropes with them gold coins. Well, then how does he get out? Or does he just die and the rest of this is like a fever dream?
William Dafoe.
Oh, wait,
Same.
what?
Mhm.
William Dafoe, this is where he comes into the movie, or is he already here?
He's been in spurts. We'll call
Yeah,
it
in
spurts.
spurts.
He's in.
So,
But he's
again,
like-
like Aquaman, he's kind of just around in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. And
Oh,
so
God.
he has this sniper, and he just
Okay.
like shoots the.
Oh.
Shoots one of the
shit.
goons.
Yep. And then John Wick kills the other one, right?
Yes.
It's a little
Yes.
Defoe ex machina.
And then he
right there.
chases after Vigo in his car, and
Right.
that's
And
when
then they
crash.
flip, and
yeah.
he's like, "I'll give you."
So now we're back to okay.
Okay. All right. So since that's the climax part, we're gonna watch this movie. We'll check back with you guys in like what it'll be seconds for you, but it will be 101 minutes exactly for us. And yeah, so we'll be right back. Wow. All right. So this is final thoughts segment of what happens next, and I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. I did not think that's how this movie was gonna go down. Willem Dafoe. What the hell? Like, I'm thinking that this movie. So where we stopped earlier was where I was expecting it to be like, oh, this is the end. You know, we're coming up on the end game of this movie. It's not. You know, spoilers for John Wick, as said in the beginning of this podcast. I'm kind of mad that Willem Dafoe got beaten up, and knowing that there's going to be 2 more of these movies.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, I want to know the backstory of what he was to John Wick, like a mentor or a father figure
Yeah.
for the hitman career.
Could you imagine if he's actually John Wick's dad?
Yeah,
Plot
but they don't
twist.
have that like type of relationship.
Well, falling out. He quit the game. Father was kind of disappointed in
Still
him.
doesn't seem like it.
That's what kept trying to get him into it at the end.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a lot taller than Willem Dafoe, so the mother would have to be a good.
His
Wow.
mom is like Xena, the warrior princess, and dad's Willem
I'm
Dafoe.
wondering if he still has the pit bull in the next movie.
Oh man, we're gonna find out because we're gonna watch that. You can tweet us about that if anybody bothers to listen to this. But yeah.
They had a lot of big name actors in there as well.
Yeah, that's true. Like a couple.
Yeah, a couple.
I guess we should say this movie ended, for anyone who hasn't seen it. So John Wick gets where Theon Greyjoy's character is, and he goes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember. I've only seen it the one time. So he goes, finds him, kind of gives a little bit of like. Did you guys notice this when we were watching it? This whole movie, he's like trying to. It's almost like he's trying to think of ways like, how can I make this motherfucker hurt? And then by the time he actually kills him, he's just kind of like.
He's so over it.
Yeah, he's just like
Yeah.
pop, like everybody else. You're dead. Like shut
Like,
up.
he got gut shots him,
Yeah.
but not long enough, in my opinion, to make him suffer.
No, but I mean, he's gut shot everybody like that in this movie. He's gut shot, headshot, gut shot, head. It's his move. It's like the Keanu move. But the other thing you guys didn't tell me in the beginning of this is movie starts with a record scratch. This is how I got here moment. You guys just made it sound like the movie just kind of opens and it's like they're on this boardwalk and the wife goes down.
Yeah.
And so we go into this movie. The first thing that happens is Keanu's car like very softly hits like a concrete wall, like a loading dock. And then you have him kind of stumble out of a car. He's dying. He watches a video on his phone of him and some woman who turns out to be his wife. And then it kind of does this whole, my name's Keanu, and or John Wick. And you might be wondering, how the fuck did I get into this mess? Well, let me tell you. And then flashback to the beginning of the movie where you get the dog and the wife and all the other stuff. And so the end of the movie, we go back to that scene, and I won't lie, I kind of forgot it happened.
Yeah.
Like, when they come back, it's like, oh, shit, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, probably didn't have to start that way.
Yeah, because, I mean, it doesn't do
Could have
anything.
just started with him waking up.
Yeah.
And,
No, I think him just waking up and not being... I think if you watch this movie, start, like, 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
And you're fine. Like, you don't even feel like you missed anything when you do get to him watching the little video.
Yeah.
Wow. So So Willem Dafoe's not in the second one? Not even a little bit?
No,
Oh, man.
no, he's not. No
He's
flashbacks.
done.
I don't know.
Might be flashbacks in 3. I don't know because that
okay.
comes out in a couple months. So
I kind of want that spin-off movie. You know, do the youthified Willem Dafoe and what his life, him training John Wick. Kind of do like a Star Wars Episode 1 with Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it's John Wick. So we were talking So the final bit of this movie's the bit that I was waiting for the whole time was he goes and he stumbles. I guess I don't know where the hell he's parked, but wherever he's parked is some kind of veterinary clinic thing.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of veterinary clinic is
It's on the
where?
dock.
it's on the dock, so it's more than likely
Dog fighting.
Nah.
a entry facility for maybe
Oh, these are like foreigners animals.
foreign dogs.
'Cause that
possibly,
thing-
maybe something like that.
So like he stumbles in. So he stumbles in and he's bleeding out of this wound he sustained earlier, ripped open. He's like, oh shit, I'm dying, and he kind of fumbles through this medicine cabinet, gets some rubbing alcohol or whatever, clears it off, patches himself up, and there's all these dogs in kennels kind of around barking at him, and he's like, I kind of just want to know the logic of that. Like, oh, you know what? I don't have a dog anymore. Because that dog, doesn't it say like it's gonna be put
Yeah.
down? It has
Plus,
that-
the dog doesn't make any noise either.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And he's acting really calm to
Yeah.
his presence.
Oh, interpretive shit to the dog. Because he walks up to this pit bull and it has on its list like, oh, where you're gonna put it down, and so he just opens it up. And he just looks at the pit bull and he says, let's go home. And the final shot's him and the pit bull walking on the boardwalk where his wife, what's that boardwalk? It's whatever, that edge of the river.
Yeah.
And where his wife went down and, some music plays and it cuts to credits. And then you get the random death of what's her name? Ian McShane off in her.
Miss Perkins.
Perkins, yeah.
Because she broke one of the
Yeah, she
rules of
broke
the
the rule of
continent.
the hotel. She
Yep.
tries to attack him and it's like, what'd you think was gonna happen? Her character was kind of lackluster. I feel like I want some background on her and John Wick's relationship. Like, were they partners? Were they something else? Or do they just like, oh yeah, we kind of stole each other's kills or some shit?
Yeah, I got it as more of a rival.
Because
Yeah.
she's just sort of there.
Yeah. You have more of a relationship with the bartender.
Who also is there for probably the same amount of time she is. Like,
Yeah.
she's just kind of there and done. I don't know. It was weird. Like, I didn't even really need the Ian McShane. Like, your thing at the Continental's dead. Whatever.
It sets it up.
Oh, is that the next movie?
It sets it up for the next 2
Oh,
movies,
shit. Okay.
in my opinion.
Oh, we'll find out about that. We're probably not going to do the other 2 on the podcast because I kind of want to see them. But maybe we could find somebody who hasn't seen John Wick 2 and make them.
That's always easy.
We can find somebody.
Yeah.
Just some random person off the street. Hey man, you seen John Wick 2? Nah, dude. Cool, come up here.
You can't just pick anyone from
Well,
the street,
no, not off the street.
especially the streets of Chicago.
Well, what if we had to rate this movie on the whole give a percentage, give a star number and then like a percentage number, what would you give it?
What is the stars out of
5.
5?
20 stars. No, 5 stars. Standard 5-star
Okay.
thing. I don't want to say anything. You guys already watched it. I watched it too now, but I'm still fresh from it. Because Patrick's seen this movie plenty.
Yes.
Amber, you've seen it once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, twice now.
Twice now.
I'd go 4 stars out of 5,
Okay.
and I'd give 91%.
Oh shit. Okay.
I go higher than the Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, you go up. What was Rotten Tomatoes again? What was it?
83%.
83%. Okay. I would probably give it. I'd give it like 4 stars, 4.5
Yeah.
stars, and I'd probably, I mean, not to be, I'd probably just make it a nice 85%.
Oh,
That's
I was
me.
thinking 4 out of 5, the 80%.
Oh, you take it down. Why do you take it down?
Well, I liked it, but not enough to be like, just pull it from the shelf and watch it again.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's not like a repeat. Like you watch it every
Yeah.
now and then, but you're not
Yeah.
like, yeah, I need something on.
I think it just needed more like, development to the plot.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I think I think I agree. Like that's the one thing I would take. Like that I kind of like look at this movie. I
Yeah,
wish
there
you did
needs
a
to be
little
like
bit
more investment in the film.
Yeah, like I wish there was like a little bit more, like just a little bit. I don't need hours of exposition dumps. I just want like how are these people connected? Maybe get a little bit of John Wick's past.
Yeah,
kinda
like
what were you
flashbacks or
doing?
something like that,
You
yeah.
know, you get the Baba Yaga sequence, but it's kind of like it's sort of getting this all like aura of mystery to him. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like, how do you get out if that's even important? Like,
Yeah.
why did he decide he was done? You know, because they even say like, oh, you got out and then you get married. Like, how'd you do that? He's like, guess I just got lucky. And it's like, okay, well, you're gonna bail, and then you're gonna get married. So did she even know all that stuff's under the concrete? Did you get out because of her? Like, what's going on? That's kind of what I want to know a little bit of.
Yeah.
And like, not a lot, just a little bit, and then be done with it. I also kind of would like to know what he named the pit bull. I hope it's not Daisy.
I don't remember.
I don't even know if it was a dude pit bull or a girl pit bull. I don't remember. I don't even know if they established that. It'd be cool if you could name Keanu. Because you mentioned when we were watching it, the Keanu movie.
Yeah.
The Key and Peele Keanu movie. Kind of.
Which is like the exact same thing, but
Yeah, I didn't realize that's how it was gonna go down. I was like, oh, this is just like watching Keanu, except it's with not a cat.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it was weird. I mean, maybe the second one does it. I was kind of and this is stupid, but like, okay, so I said earlier, like, it reminded me, this is all, like, there's that Rick and Morty episode, the big Pickle Rick episode. Like, the Rick plot of that episode is based on John Wick. And it's Rick as this pickle man running through, killing all these Russians or Eastern Europeans or whoever these people are supposed to be.
Aren't they rats?
No, he does the rat bit. But after that, he's in this building, and they have this whole goof that it's like, they call it something Russian, like Baba Yaga. And they're like, it's what happens when you, like, throw out your food and you haven't finished it yet or something like that. Is this demon pickle thing. But they do this whole bit. But I was waiting, maybe this is the second one, in that Machete, the actor Machete, whose name is completely escaping me right now.
Oh.
Wow. I feel so bad I'm forgetting that. But Machete, the guy from the Machete movies, he plays like this character, I think his name was like Jaguar or something.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, thank you. Danny Trejo is playing Jaguar, and he's kind of like this guy that the Russians call to kill Rick. So the whole time we're watching this movie, I'm like, where is the anti-John Wick in this whole movie? Because that's what I wanted. I wanted the like guy who's just as good as John Wick or supposed to be, and then they have to fight out.
Yeah, because he was taking out everybody pretty easily.
Okay, so maybe that happens in the second one. I'm kind of fingers crossed. It happens in the second one. That's like such a good. I mean, it's a good plot, and I kind of refuse to believe that Rick and Morty organically came up with that when they're doing everything else, like laying into it so heavy. But yeah, like okay, because in the end he fights. He fights the dad. And it's kind of like a little fight.
Well, you got to think of the dad. The dad doesn't even, to me, he doesn't have the same skills as John Wick did.
Shit, no. That's why I'm like, why did that fight go on for as long as it did?
Yeah.
Well, because Wick's injured.
Wick
You know, he's bleeding out.
Yeah.
Shot him. He should have.
That is the dumbest.
I know, he's like, no gun.
Yeah,
It's like,
no gun, and it's like, no bullets. I'm like, nope, do the Indiana Jones thing with the guy with the sword, pop him in the chest, pop him in the head. You've done it probably literally 100 times at this point. Just do it and go home. You know, be done with this crap. But no, they fight, and it's like, all right. And he stabs him in the collarbone area with a switchblade, and, you know, then he gets in the car and goes to the vet. But yeah, so it's John Wick 2, 2014, right? Is when you said that movie came out?
This
John
the
Wick.
first
John.
one.
Yeah, this is the first John Wick,
Yeah.
2014, yeah. And, yeah, so that was a solid movie. So, I guess that about wraps up our first episode of What Happens Next. Yeah, I know. Thanks for bothering to listen to all of this. I'm sure you're all having so much fun. If you guys want to, check out our commentary on John Wick, synced up to the actual movie. You start it at 0, start the movie at 0. Everything's going to be nice and fine. And about when the credits start rolling, we kind of stop. So you feel free to end it whenever you want. There's some good stuff in there. You know, we talk about scenes. You know, we're not all just talking jokes the whole time. We're talking shots and that weird amount of helicopter shots.
I think that was just a
Yeah.
break up to go from.
No, it's totally a
point to point.
transition,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like, you know, we got a good 7 to 10 of them in this
He
movie.
did.
You usually see like 2. A night one and a day one, and you're done. But yeah, so feel free to check that out. And yeah, next week we'll have a new episode for you when we decide what that's going to be. And hopefully we'll be able to give you guys a little bit more of a heads up if you feel like watching the movies. But we also will be doing these commentaries when we watch these movies for the person who hasn't seen them yet sake. So feel free to jump in on those and kind of get a taste of what it's like to be in the hot seat of this show. And again, I'm Thomas.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Patrick.
And this is What Happens Next. Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
And we're back. So we really hope you liked it. What do you guys have? You guys have opinions on it? Listening to it a second time?
The audio quality, like we said at the beginning,
Yeah.
is kind of crappy, but
Yeah,
I think our conversations about it were pretty good, and I think your guesses on it, you know, were pretty decent. But I
Yeah.
mean, no, it's just a terrific movie, and I think it was a good, very good start for our podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it actually proved to me that Keanu Reeves can act because the only other movie I had seen him in was The Matrix, and that was about it. And he's been in other movies as well, but they haven't been too great from what I've seen. So
you just get ready. Stay tuned, everyone. For
I know
Bill
I'm
and
gonna
Ted's
start getting
Excellent
death threats
Adventure.
now, like that kid on Reddit.
Speed, Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh my God. Stay tuned and a half on all of those. Like have a Keanu Reeves month coming up or something like that. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. But I liked him as this character. Like, he was really good, and the plot was, like, easy to follow, and yet there was,
Mhm.
like, a lot of action going on. So,
I like it because even though, you know, there was a second one and we did watch it after we were done, so sorry you're not going to get that as an episode, but I liked how John Wick 1 is its own contained story. Like there doesn't need to be a second one. It could have been John Wick 1 and done.
Mhm.
And everyone would have been like, this is great. I'm happy with this. It's fine. And I feel like a lot of movies don't do that nowadays. I mean, if you listen to our Avengers duo of
oh
episodes,
my
you can
goodness.
see how long and drawn out and also methodological making movies is. It's like, we're going to make this a series. And I think John Wick is one of the few movies where the first one was great and it kind of earned a sequel. Then, you know, they came out with the third one, which two of us have seen and Patrick hasn't, so we're not going to spoil it too much. But I mean, like, that one was good. Like, I could see these movies just being continuously made. And I could also see a supercut of all of these movies put together and it'd be like 20 hours long and it'd be a beautiful art. Just because they all, you know, like, take place immediately after the one prior. It's
Yeah.
just, I want that. Let's get to John Wick 10. Stop.
mash them all into one giant movie, and I will sit and I will watch the whole thing. I'll do it because
Yeah.
that just sounds amazing. But yeah, I like how this didn't come at you with like, oh, we're gonna have a stinger scene. I mean, God Lord, we were just talking about this before we started recording. Avengers coming out, or came, I guess by the time you hear this, came out with a re-release of what, 6 minutes of extra
Yeah,
footage?
6 extra minutes.
Part of that being a stinger for what? Spider-Man?
Yeah, newsflash, Spider-Man trailer's already out, and didn't it come out already, or is it next week?
I think by the time it'll be out by the time you guys hear this, but for us, I think it comes out July 3rd.
Oh, okay,
something
so
like that.
July 4th kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know Avatar did it, and everyone's comparing Endgame and Avatar, but just Jesus, come on,
Like, is there really a point?
oh, it's so
do
that people
that?
can spend another $20 to go to the
Oh,
movie.
oh yeah, there is like a financial
Yeah.
gain.
Well, I think the point that everybody's trying to get at is that Avatar made a whole bunch of money, and it was out for like 6 months,
Yeah.
and Avengers didn't quite beat it, even though it came pretty close, and so it almost comes off like they're mad that it didn't beat Avatar, like the highest grossing movie ever or whatever, and so
Why is that?
why didn't it beat Avatar, or why has
Yeah.
Avatar made so much money?
I have no clue. I mean, honestly, I didn't like the movie. I thought it was way too drawn out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was way too long, and James
Like, the
Cameron
3
is
hours
waiting
is really
way
difficult.
too long to do the sequels. Way
my
too
God.
long.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I mean, and he's gonna make 5?
Yeah, he's making
Yeah,
5.
and at
We
this
don't-
point, like,
doing
I've already
what?
forgotten, like, what happens.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like, I guess I could rewatch it, but if they were smart, they'll do an Avengers thing and just, like, release one again, make more money to beat Endgame, and then release the second one that same weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah, I mean, I know it's, like, essentially the plot of Pocahontas, right? I've never seen Pocahontas either, so I don't really know, but that's what everyone was comparing it to.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just kind of, I think it's because the movie was visually stunning and it was pushing the bar of like the technology at the time. So everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! Like 3D movies can be a thing." But now it's like, don't make it 3D. I don't care.
Yeah, isn't it like 15 years after the first one is when the second sequels
Oh,
finally
they're
come
doing a
out?
real time thing?
No, but I mean just in
I don't know.
yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I don't
Yeah,
technology, I guess we can
technology's
blame
crazy.
for that one.
Speak to sequels. That's what J.K. Rowling said they're going to do with all those Fantastic Beasts movies. They're supposed to go up to World War II. They're like, I'm pretty sure the last one of those that came out was like 1920 something.
Yeah.
So you're going to take 40 more years worth of. You're going to have to start jumping gaps. So they're going to have like 7 movies.
Yeah.
And they're not really that great.
No,
No.
I mean, to me, I think the casting of Johnny Depp kind of ruined the Grindelwald.
Yeah.
in my
I think he
opinion.
did a good job
Oh, I
in
think
the
he did-
second one.
Yeah,
But I was super disappointed when Colin
Farrell, yeah.
he did a great job in that first one, and then they're just suddenly like, oh, by the way, he's Johnny Depp. And I was like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
that just left a bad taste in my mouth, because I'm like, he was doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Like, let him keep being the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh no, you pulled off the Colin Farrell mask, and there's Johnny Depp's face.
For
And
like
it's-
5 seconds.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, he's going to prison.
And yet he probably got paid more than
Oh, yeah.
Colin
Oh,
Farrell.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I remember hearing that he really wanted to do that one
Yeah.
or something. But anyway, John Wick.
Tangent there.
Yeah, just a bit. But I mean, yeah, so John Wick, unlike all of those other movies, didn't walk in and say, I'm going to be a series of movies, and I really appreciated that approach, and I think it paid off monumentally for that first movie.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think it was it started that cult following now that I think USA Network is going to do a series based on the Continental
Oh, shit.
and different characters. Not everyone that was in the John Wick movies, but maybe like a few cameos of some actors and
Oh, my
actresses.
God.
But yeah, so I think the cult following of the movie kind of propelled it to have that sequel, to have the series and the TV and everything like that.
I have to say, after that third one, not to spoil anything, but give me that Halle Berry movie or series. I want to know what she's up to, because that that character was underutilized, I think, in that movie.
Yeah.
And she did a fantastic job.
Heard she broke 2 ribs while doing it.
I don't
Wow.
doubt that. There's a very prolonged fight sequence in there that looks like it was pretty rough on both of them. But I mean, I think the dogs get their revenge in this movie pretty
Oh,
great,
cool.
and it's
Because do they have
satisfying.
doubles in the movie?
No,
Probably not
I
Holly
remember
Berry,
reading
but
she didn't.
okay.
Yeah.
She learned how to do all that. I think because they offered it to her. They're like, we'll do stunt doubles, and she
Mhm.
was like, no, I want to learn how to shoot and
Oh
fight
yeah,
and do
no,
all
there
this
was
stuff.
Instagram of her doing the same range that
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves did
Yeah.
while training.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, shoot, if I was gonna do one of those movies, I would do it.
Mhm.
One, it's an excuse to learn a cool skill, and two, I mean, sure,
Yeah.
everyone else is. But yeah, so that is our very first episode we ever did, and I'm really happy we did it. I'm happy we're on, however many episodes this is now. But I mean, like, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I hope we can keep it up, and we hope that you guys are enjoying it, because it's not just doing it for ourselves. Yeah, we have a good time, and we threw it up just because, we were having a good time doing it, but at the same time, we want you guys to enjoy it too, and we really hope you are. And
Yeah.
we really thank you guys for listening in every week or so.
Yeah, and please send some comments in. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to say bad things if you have bad things to say, and
Yeah.
just send them in, and
Oh, yeah.
post them right on.
I mean, geez. We're taking some movies that people love, Wrath of Khan, for example, and we're like, maybe coming out of it saying not so great things.
Hereditary.
Horrible. Oh my god. I hate that movie. I think
Yeah.
all of our opinions are very clear in
Mhm.
that episode.
But if you really love Hereditary, we would love to hear what you have to say and what
Yeah.
makes a good film.
Tweet us at What Happens Next, or just search What Happens Next on Twitter, Instagram,
Yep.
Or check out our website, www.swhn19.com. We got a comment board there. We'd love to hear from you guys. And also, that's where our cool movie posters that I slave over. Those are up there too, and they're full size, so it's not like on Instagram where you only get little box of what it looks like. But yeah, we'd really appreciate the feedback, and we hope you're enjoying the show, whether it's a hot take that we're having or you guys agree. So that's John Wick. We hope you enjoy, and we hope you're ready for next week's episode. It's gonna be another movie probably a lot of people have seen, and we'll drop those hints on Instagram like we've been doing. So, guys, stay tuned. Keep a watch on that social media and that website, and you will see next week what that episode's going to be. So, this is So What Happens Next, signing off. I'm Thomas.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Patrick.
And we'll see you guys on the other side.